Okay, so let's graph this up. We got X and Y axis. On the X, it's stress, low to high. On the Y axis, job performance goes from low to high. And this is the curve of stress. It's really important to consider that as stress goes up, it can be good for productivity or performance. Then it hits a curve and then it drops off very quickly. There's a stress threshold where the point is this is where things start to go off the rails. Now, if we look at this a little bit closer, there's the anticipation from salespeople that when things start to go off the rails, that's when action should be taken. This is one of the common misconceptions and miscalculations of salespeople. They get into conversations with people, there's awareness of things, there's an interest and a desire because there's a threshold that's approaching, and then why is there not action being taken? But the fact of the matter is that in many businesses, they're only looking at good productivity. And it's not until things actually go around the bend or are on a downhill trajectory that an awareness that something is wrong is going on. And then interest develops, then desire, then action. So now the sales rep is in no man's land because they can't understand what's going on with the buyer and such crazy behavior. Well, the typical idea here, the green shows where the salesperson thinks the buy should take place, and they know you don't want to be too early or too late. They expect the stress threshold moment to be when the purchase happens, but actually that's just when awareness is taking place. There's more complexity to be considered in regards to correctly analyzing a business and where their requirements are. We're going to look at that in the next section. Okay, so now let's ask, how can a sales rep get more traction with a business when something's going off the rails and it's past the stress threshold? Well, the first thing is to identify the core problem with basically the 5 or 6 W's here, which will then add services and contour to the actual problem itself. Many times in isolate, the problem can exist without much difficulty whatsoever, but then if you're going to want to try and demonstrate your professionalism, you're going to describe to the business through questions, what are the other business units that are affected by the issue itself? So who, what, where, when, and why happens before and after that issue that could be affected by the problem. Then you need to know the 5 W's of who's affected sideways or horizontally by that issue. And then moreover, who is going to be affected at a management level, or what management is that going to exert upon people below it. This then provides a whole level of context for the problem itself that start to build the urgency.